This is Barry Salma speaking for Claim School Incorporated's blog, Salma on Insurance. Today we're speaking about sovereign immunity and why a suit against the United States failed. It took a certain amount of Chutzpah, or unmitigated gall, after having been acquitted in a criminal prosecution. The acquitted person sues the government. Segun Patrick Adeoye, a medical doctor, filed a lawsuit against the United States seeking damages for alleged violations during his criminal prosecution. He was acquitted by a jury, but claims to have suffered significant harm, including financial losses, damage to his professional reputation, and personal distress. In Dr. Segun Patrick Adeoye versus the United States of America, the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Texas on July 23, 2025, dismissed the doctor's suit. Dr. Adeoye was indicted on charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. The indictment alleged that he and his co-conspirators obtained at least $17 million through various fraudulent schemes. Despite being acquitted, Dr. Adeoye claims that his prosecution caused him ongoing harm. Dr. Adeoye's complaint asserted three causes of action. 1. Violation of due process. Adeoye claims his due process rights were violated due to wrongful detention, lack of legal safeguards, and delays in his trial. 2. Violation of the Speedy Trial Act. Adeoye alleges unnecessary procedural delays caused by the government's failure to advance the case to trial. And 3. Negligence. Adeoye asserts that the government was negligent in investigating the charges, delaying access to legal counsel, and not advancing the case in a reasonable time frame. The court's analysis focused on the government's motion to dismiss, arguing that Dr. Adeoye's claims were barred by sovereign immunity. The court agreed with the government, stating that the United States had not consented to being sued for the type of constitutional tort claims Dr. Adeoye seeks. The court also found that Dr. Adeoye's claims under the Speedy Trial Act and negligence are not cognizable under the Federal Tort Claims Act due to lack of exhaustion of administrative remedies. He didn't try any administrative remedy. A Rule 12b-6 motion allows a party to move for dismissal of an action when the complaint fails to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. When considering a motion to dismiss under Rule 12b-6, the court must accept as true all pleaded facts of the plaintiff's complaint and view those facts in the light most favorable to the plaintiff. The court may consider the complaint, any documents attached to the complaint, and any documents attached to the motion to dismiss that are central to the claim and referenced by the complaint. The court must then determine whether the complaint states a claim for relief that is plausible on its face. The government argued that Rule 12b-1 bars plaintiff's claims. That is because, according to the government, each of plaintiff's claims are barred under sovereign immunity. Before the court can proceed any farther, it therefore must ensure that sovereign immunity does not prevent it from presiding over the case. Because plaintiff's complaint seeks to assert a claim under the civil rights statutes, and the United States has not consented to suits for such claims, plaintiff's claim is barred by sovereign immunity. Fundamentally, plaintiff's complaint is also deficient because it mentions no individual connected to the conduct complained of at all. The only remedy for violation of the Speedy Trial Act is dismissal of an indictment Plaintiff's complaint does not present any theory of recovery under the Speedy Trial Act that would allow the court to engage with it any further. Plaintiff has not carried his burden here. He has not even attempted to demonstrate that his Speedy Trial Act cause of action is in exact compliance with the terms of the statute under which the sovereign has consented to be sued. Thus, plaintiff's Speedy Trial Act claim must be dismissed. The court noted that even if sovereign immunity did not apply, the court would nonetheless dismiss each of plaintiff's claims under Rule 12b-6. Plaintiff's complaint is wholly deficient and borders on frivolous. In conclusion, the court granted the United States motion to dismissing Dr. Adeoye's Section 1983 and Speedy Trial Act claims with prejudice and his Federal Tort Claims Act claim without prejudice, giving him the opportunity to make the claim under the Federal Tort Claims Act and try again. In my opinion, health insurance fraud is a serious crime. Dr. Adeoye was indicted as part of a multi-million-dollar fraud scheme. Luckily for him, the case went to trial and Dr. Adeoye was acquitted because the USA failed to convince the jury of his crimes beyond a reasonable doubt. Dr. Adeoye sued the government without first presenting the claim and without complying with the Tort Claims Act, resulting in the government's motion being granted based on sovereign immunity. This video was adapted from my blog, Zelma on Insurance, which is available free to anyone who clicks on the URL zelma.com/blog. You can subscribe to the blog, and if you do, you'll receive notice of every blog posting, usually 5, sometimes 6 a week, and you'll also gain access to the more than 5,150 blog postings. You can also subscribe to these videos on rumble.com or youtube.com, and if you do, I'd appreciate it if you click on the thumbs up button on rumble.com and the like button on YouTube. You can also, if you're interested in further detail about insurance, insurance claims, insurance law, and insurance fraud, sign up and subscribe to my Substack publications. Please tell your friends and colleagues about this blog, the videos, and the Substack so that they too can subscribe. Thank you for your attention.